How do you kind of compartmentalize?
I'll be honest, it's tough because in training camp, you're together all the time, and you build that bond, you build that brotherhood, and to see a guy go down, it puts in perspective of everybody that is affected by it. And you forget about football, you think about the man, the family, and it's tough, and you only want the best for him.
We're thinking about his family back in Detroit or wherever they may be back home, who must be scared right now. Let's hope all turns out well.
Everyone's holding their breath, hoping to see something positive from Morice Norris.
It's always nice to have extra.
Right update. Morice Norris was just lifted up into the ambulance, and Dan Campbell brought his team together and now addressing his team. We have not seen any movement out of Morice Norris, and our cameras really couldn't get much of a view as they had so many personnel around him trying to take the best care possible. But there was kind of a chilling moment where it gave you goosebumps, where when they got Morice Norris up, his entire team began to run out onto the field and make like a semicircle. Here you go. And even seeing this right now, I start to get goosebumps, because all these guys want is to see something from their teammate to know he's okay.
Yeah, and they all know that could have very easily been them. They can only imagine what their teammate, the guy they've been sweating with all training camp long, building a relationship with, you don't know how he's feeling or if he's going to be okay, and you just want him to feel your energy and your thoughts around him.
Last thing I'll add is give a lot of credit to the EMS staff, all the medical staff on both sides. I mean, it wasn't just like, okay, the Lions player went down, let's wait for the Lions staff. It was almost immediate for the Falcons staff to come over as well. And you can see there was communication. Everybody was on their job. So give them a lot of credit as well for moving in a steady pace.
Jen, you've been down on the field this whole time. What can you tell us?
Justin came over here to the Lions sideline, and just an outpouring of emotion. Many players were holding hands, praying, a few in tears. Obviously a great effect on Norris's teammates. Dan Campbell has just now returned to the sideline. You mentioned he called everybody in for a team meeting. I've been doing this 15 years. This is the first time a team meeting like that happened that I saw, that it was everybody from the bench, the assistant coaches, the PR staff. Everyone went to center field to say a prayer for this young man. And I know everyone on our staff and everyone here in the stadium join in those well wishes.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. And Nathan Carter, who was the player who kind of ran through Norris, Shock, you saw it. He was right there by the ambulance. He was the closest player to Norris, and you know it's weighing on him right now.
Yeah, and as competitors, as guys who've played in this arena before, you know, you play hard, you play competitive, you want.
After a delay of about 12 minutes, and we just hope he's okay. I'm not sure exactly what is happening. We're getting reports that there might be a clock issue at the moment. He's not doing anything. Could this be them just letting the clock run out? But I don't think you would do that, would you? Yeah. Would you just call the game if that were the case?
Yeah, I'm sure what's happening. I mean, Dan Campbell's, he's, you know, on his knees watching like he's waiting for the next play, and Coach Morris on the other side doesn't like he has his headset on and just watching. Both teams are talking in the middle.
Now the entire crowd has stood up.
It's a powerful moment.
Moment that'll be seen around the world for sure.
I've never seen this before. Both teams on the field, helmets on, snapping the ball, coming together, forming a circle, now hugging, showing their respects to one another, and having just said a prayer for Mr. Norris, who is on his way, hopefully, to a speedy and full recovery after the hit he took.
We're always taught as broadcasters never to assume anything with an injury. And when you're a player, you don't assume anything either. But one thing that I've learned from my dad, who's a doctor, is you always, as a doctor, assume the worst and then go from there. And right now, I get the sense that right now the players, from what they just saw, they're assuming the worst and they're hoping for the best. Some of the fans are heading towards the exits right now, and I do believe that's going to be the end of this game.
It's a powerful message if that's what's going on. Putting things into perspective in this day and age where health and safety has become such a hot topic and a point of emphasis. We have seen, yes, rules changing. We've seen protocols put in place to make the game safer. We've seen the equipment evolving to be safer, but we have also seen this evolution of the mindset of a football player. They're no longer the day where it's, hey, rub some dirt on it, get back out there, next snap. These are human beings who are fully aware of the dangers of this game, and you can see the character of these men out here tonight and how they responded to this injury.
Jen, as we're watching this unfold, what are you hearing on the sideline?
I'm back over on the Falcons sideline, Kutch, and obviously Morice Norris is the most important thing, and it's what everyone is thinking about and praying for. But I can tell you they are packing up the whiteboards. They're putting them away in their cases. They're emptying water bottles here. I'm standing with some of the Falcons leadership as well as the NFL reps. Every game has NFL reps. They aren't sure what's going on. So if indeed this game is being called, that's a decision being driven on the field by the players and coaches. They're waiting to find out an official word, official decision, just as much as we are.
Yeah, and you know what I kind of go back to is, Shock, what you had said, seeing Dan Campbell and Raheem Morris together. If the players say we don't want to play anymore, we're in the fourth quarter of the first preseason game, why not just walk off the field then? I mean, now you snap the ball. There was 14:50 left on the clock.
Right.
We're now at 9:04, and the players are out there. We saw them come together to pray, and they've just stayed out there.
Yeah, and it's, only one other situation really sticks out in the mind of fans who watch this game, or even who don't watch this game, but I think we all remember what happened to Damar Hamlin and the effect that had for so long on so many guys. And you mentioned it. We saw Dan Campbell. We saw Raheem Morris meet on about the 45-yard line. We saw them talk, exchange, go back and forth. And then when we came back on, we saw Dan Campbell talking to his team. And he could easily be saying there, this is the end of the ball game for us. And in a moment like that, and I mentioned it when we came back, after a situation like that, it's so hard to just flip that switch again and go 100 miles per hour and play a football game and try to get your mind around what you just saw and get back into game mode. So I completely understand where these players are coming from, and you have to respect what Dan Campbell and Raheem Morris maybe came together and said, look, maybe this football game is not the most important thing to have going on right now.
Well, Sean Hockley just walked over to speak with Raheem Morris. Dan Campbell's talking to some of the officials on the near sideline. And I believe Hockley's going to come over and speak with Campbell right now. There's under 7.5 left on the clock. I do believe this is unprecedented. I've never seen it before where the clock has been running. Nobody's doing anything.
It's a powerful moment. It's a powerful gesture and statement to that young man, Morice Norris. Whenever he goes and hears about what these players, these coaches decided to do for him. It'll give him that little bit extra hope as he's making his recovery.
At this point, per New York, this game is suspended.
So we just got the word from Sean Hockley from New York that this game has now been suspended. And I don't think anybody here in the stadium, here in the booth, or on the field disagree with that.
It's the game is changing, right? We mentioned with the rules, the protocols, the equipment to make it safer, but also the mindset and the mentality when it comes to injuries. Recognizing that these are human lives, right, that we're out here, and it's not just this brutal blood sport anymore. You know, this is a game where people fully understand the implications when you step between those lines, and to see the evolution of players and coaches saying, you know what, our health and safety and our emotional health for the players who were able to continue this game, say it's not worth it to put them in any sort of precarious situation. That speaks volumes about how far the game has come.
Let's go down to Jen Hill.
Coach, thank you. Raheem, obviously some very somber moments, a lot of questions. What can you tell us about what was decided about the game? And most importantly, do you have any information on Norris, the player?
You know, Jen, I don't. It just was tough to watch. It was tough for the other team to see, you know, getting a teammate hurt that way. And thought it was the right thing to do for Dan and his crew and his team and everything we had going on right there. Just felt that was the right thing.
You're obviously a bit emotional about this.
I mean, obviously, you never like to see anybody get hurt in any type of game or any type of way. That was a tough deal for those guys, tough deal for us, tough deal for our players, tough deal for their players, tough deal all across the board.
What was the discussion like to call the game? Was that something Dan asked for, something you suggested?
No, we just thought it together. It was just common ground, common courtesy. You know, obviously we're out there together and didn't like the look of it. That was all.
Obviously, everybody from the crowd to the players to the coaching staff all praying, some in tears. What was your players' reaction, and what did you see the reaction from the Lions players?
You know, I thought our guys just went right away to praying for the young man and doing what they could, and I think the Lions players did the exact same, and I think the guys, you know, all on deck just felt that way.
Terrible moment, Ron. Thank you for your thoughts. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jen.
Coach.
Jen, thank you. This is certainly unexpected. As Raheem Morris just said, everyone thinking about Morice Norris and just hoping for the best. This game has been suspended. The injury happened with about 14:50 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. On a run by Nathan Carter, Morice Norris tried to make the tackle. His head snapped back, and then the emergency medical staff was there right away. We'll be back to wrap things up here from Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this.